All right, this question of the day just happens to be a repeat of yesterday's question. I'm kidding. It is the same thing. What is your favorite deck builder? But let's just back it up a little bit. What is your favorite old school deck builder in which you don't have to do anything different? And then also conversely, what's your favorite new school deck builder in which you're selling cows with the deck you've built, or you're taking over Arrakis with the deck you've built? Let me know in the comments below, what are your favorite types of deck builders? Because today we're talking about an old school style deck builder of Star Wars The Deckbuilding game. This is from Fantasy Flight. When I first heard of this, I was very excited about it because I fell in love with old school Fantasy Flight, Star Wars in particular, in 2015, because I was playing HeroClix in 2014. I didn't know this world existed other than Ticket to Ride and Catan. Oh, I can't believe I said that. Catan. Hey, RIP Kosh Toiver. Great impact on the hobby and the industry, all that sort of stuff. So just, thanks for that. Obviously, sorry for his family and everything like that. We want to make sure that they know that we're thankful for his legacy and things like that. But back to this, we're talking about Star Wars, the deck building game, because I fell in love with Fantasy Flight. It drew me in with Imperial Assault and X-Wing, and I was like, what is this stuff, right? And I was so excited to find out that this kind of gaming existed that I fell in deep, and now I review games for the greatest board game internet channel there is, the Dice Tower, right? So, Star Wars The Deck Builder game, it is a game in which you use the cards in your hand to gain currency, to get more cards, and do damage to the opponent. Yes, that sounds like a lot of deck builders, but that's the whole point. Because yesterday's video, I talked about how I don't love old school deck builders as much as ones that are new school in which you use that as a mechanic to do stuff. However, there's still a solid place in my heart for them. Even the DC deck builder, I want to buy kicks with Batman. I want to use Superman to buy a kick. Use that kick to buy, whatever, the Omega Beam or something. I want to do that sometimes. So when a game comes along like this, it has a huge IP behind it and a great company putting it out. I love Star Wars Fantasy Flight. It has never, in my opinion, in my mind, done me wrong, right? I loved Imperial Assault. Loved Armada. X-Wing was amazing, right? The role-playing games were great. Never played the card game, but that's why we're talking about this. This is not a living card game. This is not an expandable card game yet. There will be expansions probably. This is a deck builder game. So let's take a look how it plays, what it does, and we'll come back up, talk final thoughts with Star Wars, the deck building game right now. Hey, before we jump into the review, I just wanted to let you know the merch store is going crazy. We're doing awesome on there. We're loving it. I'm having a good time fulfilling all your orders and getting to, take care of those needs and things you have. However, we have the mugs that we ordered originally. The board game breakfast mugs are gone. There's none here. However, we have a pre-order going. So if you want one of those board game breakfast mugs, they're those nice chunky campfire mugs. You can get those now with this pre-order that we're doing. So make sure to go check out dicetowerstore.com, get your pre-order for the mug, and once we get them, all the orders taken care of, we're going to start sending those out. So it shouldn't take too long. Load us up, buy a mug for a friend, buy a mug for your grandmother. She probably loves coffee or tea or cream, and all that sort of stuff. So let's get on with the review. All right, it's here. I've been excited about this for a long time, wanted to get it to the table and review it. This is Star Wars, the deck building game. So you do just like a normal deck builder, but you're going to notice a couple tweaks here. Notice that this card is upside down, and this card is sideways. That is because you're playing Empire versus Rebellion. First of all, best era. Don't care what you say. It is the best era. I'm just kidding. You can have your opinions about Star Wars. They're all right and valid and correct. But anyway, cue the comment storm. Just joking. All Star Wars is good. I enjoy all of it. There's pieces of the sequels I love, pieces of the prequels I absolutely adore, and obviously the original trilogy. Cartoon shows are great. Heck, even the cartoon Boba Fett was great. Now, here's the thing. You have these cards you can purchase. However, you can only purchase your type of card. So if you're an Empire, if you're the Empire, you can only purchase Imperial cards. If you're the Rebels, you can only purchase Rebel cards. However, you'll notice that on the Rebel cards that are facing the Rebel player, there is some text and a number facing me. The way this works is you can do two types of currency in this game. I love a straightforward smash mouth deck builder that involves small currencies. And I like that it includes these, but I'm never going to use these. These are currency trackers. But as you know from playing mini deck builders, you don't keep what you don't spend, right? So after the round, these are gone. So they're nice to have for people who are unfamiliar with the system, but for me, it's easier just to look down at my cards and go 1, 1, 1, 2, right? So the way this works is you get a starter deck of 10 cards, both sides. You're gonna have some bases here. You'll pick how many bases you wanna play with based on the length of the game. Now there's a lot of different planets here. That's no moon. It's a space station. Now, you'll lay those out over there, and if it's short, you can do 3, 5, whatever. It gives you a chart in the back of the book. But what happens is, you're going to be trying to buy new cards to make your deck builder. You're going to be trying to attack the enemy bases, and as you do that, whoever destroys the most bases first wins the game. And then you're going to have cards that are going to make it where you can attack, or where you can attack these cards. So if I were to do 5 damage to Han Solo, I would gain 3 resources and 2 force. The force tracker is right here. A little white cube is buried right now, hang on. The force starts with the rebels, and it moves to the Empire if you want to, or vice versa. But it starts here. Now if I were to gain 1, 2, 3, it then goes to the middle. It means it's neutral. If you start the turn with the force cube in your zone here at the very bottom, you gain an additional resource at the beginning of the round. Not here, and not here mid-turn, here at the beginning of the turn, or here at the beginning of the turn. Again, the 2 types of currencies are resources to buy stuff, and fight to shoot stuff, or stab stuff in this case. You also get a special card, the Inquisitor, and I believe the, I'm trying to remember what it is on this one. It is the Temple Guardian. Both of them are dual wield. How about that? You know, you got a little bit of a, or bow staff type lightsaber. But you get 5 of these. Notice they have no cost. These have a cost. If you want to buy these, you have to have that many resources to buy. Straight up deck builder, right? If you want to do damage, you're going to use this symbol instead. Now, some of the cards will have text here. This is mostly flavor text on the starter card. It's actually all flavor text on the starter cards except the Inquisitor and the Temple Guardian, in which this one allows you to give you the resource of your choice this turn. That'd be a force, a resource, or a fight. Now, if you're going to fight, you kind of assign them. So we only have 3 for fight right now. So we could technically kill this Duro Spy. Just like that. So now we have 2 plus 1. If I chose to use it for that, boom, that Duro Spy is dead. I would get to exile a card from your hand or discard pile. Exile is how you trash a card, you know, as you want to get rid of some of these cards to get better cards. Because again, the math in a deck builder is the more cards you have, great, except that you're less likely to get them in your hand, or it takes longer to get them in your hand. So if you can call out and get rid of some of these terrible cards or less good cards, then you're going to be more ready. Now, something you can always buy are Outer Rim Pilots. They're 2 resources, and they give you 2 resources. So it's nice. And it says exile to gain a force. Now the other thing is, you can buy these cards that are sideways here. So this Twi'lek Smuggler, place the next card you purchase this turn on top of your deck. So these are great cards, and both people can buy them. Now they're all also capital ships. These will sit here, and you don't discard them. They're nice, big capital ships. They can't be attacked. But it says discard 1 card from your hand to draw 1 card. So they're nice to have, the capital ships. You're going to play until you destroy the right number of bases, and then that is how you play Star Wars the Deck Building game. Yes, it is that straightforward. Now, some stuff will be affected by the Force. Let me show you some of the cards really quick just to get a flavor for what's there. Obviously, we see Han out there. Scout Troopers, right? And they do stuff. Reveal the top card of the Galaxy deck. If it's an Empire card, gain a Force. B-Wings. So you got ships, you've got troops. These do a lot of damage, right? TIE Interceptor. And notice it's that beautiful Fantasy Flight art that we've all come to love over the years. Fantasy Flight is the company I fell in love with after playing just HeroClix first, and then I went, oh wait, there's board games too. ATSTs, you've got Death Troopers. Let me see if I can find some name characters in here really quick. More of these, what are they called? Whatever, ships. Wow, it just fell out of my brain. Jabba Sail Barge, look at that. Both people could buy that. Named characters, Admiral Piet, and if you give them a coin and you guess which one's in the right position, you will win Chrono's double, which is very important in the Faded Hour. We all need to know that. Luke Skywalker, if you know that reference, hit me in the comments. Luke Skywalker, obviously, pretty great. Named characters, Cassian Andor. So we're spanning all the ages here of the Rebellion, which is pretty cool. Everybody likes Cassian. The show was pretty good. It was interesting. It was different. Fun stuff. So that is Star Wars the Deck Building game as it is now. Now, I'm sure, knowing Fantasy Flight, this is a complete game. It's not a living card game, but this is absolutely ripe for expansions. In fact,
my suggestion, if you're listening, Fantasy Flight, and you probably have already got this 6 years down the line, is to do it by movie. Heck, let's give us a Return of the Jedi pack. Dive in deep. Give us Ewoks. Give us named Ewoks. Give us some crazy stuff. Give us The Mandalorian, obviously, you know, and all that sort of stuff, but themed packs to where we can add to it, you know, add this many cards, take out this many cards, whatever. But I'm all about this. This is how you play. It's what it is. It is a solid, straightforward deck builder in the Star Wars universe that is less complicated than it needs to be, but also has some nice twists and tweaks in order to make it head-to-head.
So that's it. Now, you already kind of heard me praising the game in the overview, and I don't normally do that. In fact, I rarely do. I rarely give you any opinions during the overview because I wanted you to give you a completely unbiased look at how the game plays. However, this is a great game. It is a solid game because of its simplicity with its theme. Now, I get it. Deck builders still don't make sense, except in this, it works to have the fight and the money. This guy is going to go get you resources. This girl's going to fight, right? She's going to kill some stormtroopers or some Imperial troopers, right? It makes sense. Those characters doing what they do. And if, oh, I forgot Rebellion earlier when I was giving my list of games. Rebellion is one of the greatest games of all time. But if we do like Rebellion and we zoom out, this game makes sense. You're not playing Batman versus Superman anymore. You're not playing as a hero versus another hero, and you're like, why the heck is Wonder Woman throwing her tiara right now? In this, you're playing as the Empire or as the Rebellion over an unspecified amount of time, which means Han Solo could get shot this week, and 7 months later, he could be going on a mission to get you resources. And that's what I love about this game. It feels zoomed out enough to where the theme works with a deck builder. Now, art is obviously amazing. I love the Star Wars Fantasy Flight art. Some people have complained about it because it is literally images of the characters from the movies drawn instead of images from the movie. I don't like images from the movie. I don't like stills. I don't like, when I see a legendary game that has that, I don't like that. I like this stylized art, and I like that back in the old days of Fantasy Flight's kind of heyday, that there was a Luke Skywalker image. There was an X-Wing image. There was, you know, a Headhunter image. These were the images. Like, this is what that character is in our canon. And I love that. And seeing those images again, it brings me back so much joy just to see that we're not throwing that away. We're not gone. Fantasy Flight is here, and it's here with its roots, doing what it did best. Now, granted, would I love to see a rebirth of, like, Imperial Assault? Absolutely. However, that's a different topic for a different day. This is a great game. It's a great deck builder, and I cannot wait to see where it goes from here. This is a box that you should go buy immediately and then hope and wait and just absolutely anticipate when they say, hey, guess what? Hoth is coming next week. Hey, guess what? Next year, we're getting Lothal. Hey, next year, we're getting Rebels. Hey, the year after that, we're getting Mandalorian. Like, I'm invested and I'm ready for this game to grow because it's such a quick, good deck builder that you can just throw on the table and play and teach new people. Right? That's the beauty of this game. And in fact, it includes little helpers, the little cubes, which are totally unnecessary for people who play deck builders a lot. Because obviously you just lay your cards down and look and go, okay, I have this, this, and this, and I'm going to do that, right? But it has those so you can tell people, and I love the Harry Potter game did this, right? It wasn't the greatest deck builder, but it was fun, and it gave you those tokens so you could say, okay, here's what you have this turn to spend. That's a beautiful little helper for people who are new to the deck building genre. And when I say new to the deck building genre, I don't mean they've been playing Twilight Imperium and Dinogenics and Dune Imperium and, well, that one they would get, Holly and World's Fair, and I'm pointing out the game, Undaunted. Okay, again, they would get it there. They're playing games like that, and they go, what is deck building? I've never heard of that. That's not what I mean. When you introduce someone to a deck builder, it's that gateway game style to where you go, hey, by the way, if you liked that, how about X-Wing? How about Imperial Assault? How about Dune Imperium? How about Undaunted? How about these games? Because the whole genre of easy old school deck building is a gateway game. The whole genre is, because it's so easy to learn. I have these cards. I can do this with these. I want that card. Your turn. So, I know I've gone kind of intense on this, but I just really think this is a great game system. It's a great game that's going to serve us well, I hope, for years to come. I can't wait to see where it goes from here. I'd love to see more of this. Heck, I'd love to see a Lord of the Rings deck building game. The card game's great, but I'd love to see this system done like that, zoomed out, where you're doing Mordor versus the good guys, right? So, anyway, that is Star Wars The Deckbuilding Game. It's a 9.0 for me. Absolutely great game. Love this game. Wonderful, wonderful game. It is quick. It's easy to play. It's easy to teach. It's easy to learn. It has enough twists and turns to make it unique. And the IP and the art is fantastic. So, I love this game. Go check it out. I'm Brian Drake here on the Dice Tower. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, etc. at Dice Tower Brian. Until next time, we'll see you.